Da, 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 da.
Da 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 da.
Brr. Brr.
Hey everybody, this is Carlos from TMG.
Hey everybody, this is the TMG podcast, where we talk about everything and anything gaming.
Yes, this is the TMG podcast. I am not gonna cut this, fuck it. Like I said, this is Carlos, and with me is Will. God, my God.
Hello.
And Miggy.
Hi.
You'd think after like 68 episodes I would actually get used to it. Apparently I just messed up eventually. So, yeah.
And on my last episode too, for a few weeks.
Yeah, Will is gonna leave us on a jet. He's gonna leave on a jet plane, really. He's actually gonna do that.
Yes, but I'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back on March, right? I mean, you'll be skipping the whole Feb. Well, you're pretty much here on the first week of Feb, but you know, you're leaving. This is the 30. We're recording this on January 31, and you guys are listening to this already. It's like Feb 3, I think, or beyond. And yeah, Will's gone by then. Bye bye.
Yes, I am be traveling to motherland and going to Europe. I'll be in the Netherlands.
You're gonna be in
with the windmills.
With the windmills, and then the UK after that. It's gonna be snowing there right now, so it's gonna be
gonna go
cold.
amiibo hunting for me. Yay!
Thanks,
Will.
European amiibos, like
gonna be the pasalubong.
classic German Donkey Kong.
The German Donkey Kong.
So what is your itinerary? You're gonna go to where exactly?
Well, actually, the reason I'm going is because my cousin is getting married in the UK. So I'm going to Holland to see my relatives as well, and then to attend the wedding. But because if you've ever traveled to Europe, that you would know the ticket's bloody expensive. So I'm just trying to make Sulit the trip as much as I can. So I'm going to be there for the rest of the month, basically, just to spend it with family.
That is awesome.
And friends. Yeah.
You haven't seen
them.
And
then
I'll
be back in. Yeah, I haven't seen them since 2011, so it'll be good to see everyone again. And then I'll be back in March, hopefully with some interesting stories to tell.
Yeah,
and,
you get first dibs on the impressions list when you come back.
I don't think I'll be playing anything.
Well, you know how our impressions go. It doesn't really have to be gaming per se. It just has to be around that area. You know.
If you can link it to video games, then it's fine.
Yeah, it's valid in some way. But yeah, this episode is episode 68, and there's a lot of interesting things that came out this week, or rather, the last week of what came out the last week of January, and you know, as we enter Feb. For one, we haven't talked about it because we were so busy with the game jam, but we never got a chance. So, and now I want to speak about that whole Dota banning crap that happened like a couple of weeks back or a couple of days back. So we're gonna be talking about that in a bit because I have my 2 cents about that, and it's just funny. Aside from that,
Dota and now Counter-Strike as well. It's not just Dota. I think it's Counter-Strike.
Is it also Counter-Strike?
I think they're trying to shut down all just games and net shops.
For what we'll talk about that in a bit. I don't know. There's actually I have like 2 points about that. What came out also this week is Nintendo has revealed a Nintendo's Creators Program for all you YouTubers that pretty much gives you the ability to use their content and you know earn money. Pretty much like sharing it in some way. We'll talk about that in a bit. Dragon's Dogma Online. That's a thing.
See, it's not dead.
It's not
Yeah.
dead. It's not what I wanted. Yeah, we'll
Dead yet.
also explain that in a bit. New Mortal Kombat X gameplay, and oh yeah, of course, the release of Life is Strange for the PS4 and the PS3. Some Square Enix episodic, how do I say, episodic franchise or title. And of course, Grim Fandango is now out for those who are excited to remaster or replay a huge classic. So there. But before anything else, though, of course, the impressions. The time in this podcast where we just talk about what we've played, what we want to share, about our feelings, or about anything under the sun. Will, you got anything before you leave? No?
Aside from Europe.
I've been playing a bit of Shadows of Mordor.
Oh, really? Oh, okay,
finally getting around to that.
You're actually the first one to play that, man.
Yes, on the PC.
On the PC. And how is Troy Baker in this role?
Actually, my first impression of it honestly wasn't that great because it felt like Assassin's Creed. It felt like, oh, I have to go to the tower, something, and then all the little side missions will pop
Fucking
up
Eagle
around
Vision.
You have to go to the
and
tower, do Eagle Vision, do a fucking Hail Mary jump.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same setup, right? But what everyone's been saying about the Nemesis system is pretty spot on. Like that really impressed me. How unique that system is and how, because when they first described it to you, it sounds like, wow, that sounds like a pipe dream.
Sounds
you
like
don't think
PR
it'll
nonsense.
actually work the way it's. Yeah, you think it won't really work as good as they're saying it is, but it does. It really does work that way. Like,
So how do you best describe this Nemesis system, though? I mean,
well, okay. I mean, the Nemesis, basically, you play a ranger in Mordor in the Lord of the Ring universe, and it's like there's a bunch of like Uruk orc generals like around the area, right? And your job is basically to go around and kill them or work your way through them till you get to like the hand of Sauron himself, right?
Yeah.
And there's a whole power struggle in the army, in like the Uruk armies. Like, I mean, they're orcs, so a lot of them like they challenge each other to duels. Like they'll fight each other, or they'll have feasts with each other. So sometimes like the power shifts. Like maybe one general will get demoted, or one general will get promoted. One general get killed in a duel, things like that. So there's this whole ecosystem there of orc power struggles, and then you get thrown into it basically. So if you kill an orc general, for example, then maybe his rival will like fill that void, or the rival will like know that you were the one who did it, so he might owe you a favor or something like that. And then, like, for example, if they'll even remember you. Like, if one of them, like, runs away and you fail to kill him, and you meet him again later, he'll remember you. Like, he'll make a comment like, oh, I won't run away again this time. You won't get so lucky this time, or something like that. And they learn from their experiences with you. Like, if you attack them mainly with the bow, for example, they'll be more prepared to deal with range combat the second time around.
So it's not I can't say it's much of a gimmick. It actually greatly helps the enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, no, it's true, because like you kind of get to know, like, to be honest with you, like I don't find a lot of the times I find one and I'll kill him for the most part, but there's times when like you'll be fighting one and then like another one pops up just behind you for what shows up, and then you like 10 other orcs with you. You're like, oh shit! So you got to run away. And then they'll like call you names.
They'll call you out
when
on
you find the guy again. Yeah, they'll bring it up. It's like, oh, you're gonna run away again? Like I'm ready for you now, and things like that.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, and there are there's basically finishing moves. Like if you rack up a combo like to a certain multiple, like you'll get to do a finisher. But the finisher, what the finisher does to generals, it doesn't outright kill the generals, except in some cases it does. But like it doesn't generally outright kill the general. It tends to wound them though, like in some way. Like you'll cut an eye out or like whatever. So if they run away after that, they'll come back and they'll have like a metal piece over their eye or something like that. So it's pretty cool, like how how to see like how you really affect the thing. And I think I'm not too like there's so many side stuff to do, so I don't think I'm very far as the story mode goes. But like they know who you are at some point. They know you by reputation. Like it's like, oh, I've been wanting to meet you for some time so I can kill you. You know, things like that. You know, so the more brutal you are, I guess the what do you call it? Like your reputation sort of builds up within that community.
So this is Shadow.
Cool.
So this is Shadow of Mordor, Middle Earth, and it's pretty much it's not really part of the actual lore, but it's an add-on, and it's actually greatly supported by the ones who from Lord of the Rings. I mean, they accepted this as like do they accept this as like an addition to the lore, or it's just like completely separate? Does anybody know that?
I don't think.
Because it's not part of it, from what I know.
As far as Tolkien goes, I think the only thing that's considered canon is what's been written by him.
Yeah.
Like everything else is pretty much fan fiction. But in this case, it's a very good. I don't think it's canon, but it's a very good addition to the. It's a very good story.
It can exist without ruining the existing lore.
Yeah. Because I think WB or whoever I think Monolith made this game. Is it Monolith? But anyway, the ones who developed it, I know that they have great support over the ones who make the films, for example, or who continue the lore of Lord of the Rings.
The problem is with the rights of Lord of the Rings. I think the Tolkien estate is very, very, very picky at who it gives it out to. So that's why, if you notice, it's called like Middle Earth, Shadows of Mordor, rather than Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They can't use the name Lord of the Rings. Although there are, and then, just a minor spoiler, but like Gollum is in the game, but they never refer to him as Gollum, so,
that'd be just weird.
No, but they never, well, he does use his name, he's portrayed as he is in the films, right? Like, exactly like that. I think they even got the same voice actor as the Gollum in the films, but.
I heard it's not Andy Serkis, but they got a really good sound-alike.
Yeah, it's almost. Yeah, it's practically Andy Serkis.
It's just to show that, hey guys, it's Lord of the Rings, but it's not really.
Because like,
FYI,
as far as references to Lord of the Rings go, it's very few. It's like you got Sauron, you have Gollum, and you have Uruks and Mordor. That's about it. And Gondor.
You have like ring wraiths, I think, because you're half wraith or something.
Yeah, you have like wraith powers.
I haven't gotten to the point if I ever meet a ring wraith or not. But yeah, there's you have wraith vision because there's like a dead elf guy who's like possessing you.
Because it's a detective vision, an ego vision.
It's the way to put Batman vision on fantasy. He put a ghost there.
He put a elf ghost.
But Assassin's Creed doesn't bother. You just have it. There's no explanation.
No, but like when you play it, it feels a lot like Assassin's Creed. Although the combat is so way better than Assassin's Creed, to be honest.
Wow, really? Actually, that's actually
because Assassin's Creed combat's not that great. It's
actually
really
the lowest point in any of the trap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even down to the first episode or first game of Assassin's Creed, it was the combat or even the swordplay was never good, and it never got better.
Parry.
That's what pisses me off, though, because like they've had how many games to improve it, and it never changes.
Yeah, they never.
Hey man, you gotta appeal to that casual market.
But is it similar to, like, for example, Batman Arkham Asylum gameplay or something similar? It has like a attack block system.
Yeah, it's attack.
Yeah,
block,
and it has a takedown
when you have a multiple, like a number of hits, like in a row, you can do a finishing move, basically. That's how the combat is. And then you have stealth elements where you can, like Batman, basically, where you can sneak up on Urks and you can stab him to death or whatever.
Sneak behind him, go, I'm Batman, and just stab him in the neck.
Did you guys hear that Shadows of Mordor started out as a Batman game?
I wouldn't be
did it really?
I wouldn't be surprised. What is that? Shadow of Mordor is actually like the scrap of before they made Arkham Knight, I guess, or something.
Yeah, apparently it was a Batman game, and then they changed it to Middle Earth, and that's why the combat engine is so similar.
Because that was their foundation. Well, good, Because I don't know about you guys, but Batman Arkham, their combat is so spot on. It's so simple, and I think a lot of people have already played it to a point where, like for example, when you play Uncharted 3, it's like it seems like second nature. Like you have that button just for counter and stuff like that. And then you see a lot of games like applying that kind of concept already in their combat, and I want more of it. I just want more of that.
But I do wish they'd veer away from the climb a tower, scan it and do side missions kind of.
I wish Assassin's Creed steers away from that as well. I mean, like, I don't like climbing anymore, especially when you need only one button to do it. I mean, seriously.
I'm okay with it being in Assassin's Creed because that's where it sort of originated, but like, it's so prevalent now. Like, you have it here. I know Far Cry has it now as well. And I just feel it's they could do. There are better ways to having an open world sort of thing.
That's just Ubisoft's thing. If you think about it, all their open world games are very similar in some aspects, like Watch Dogs, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed. They all are stemming from the same formula. I mean, like you have this watchtowers to like expand your world. And then you get all these collectibles. You go to this watchtower, you expand this whole world. Same with the Watch Dogs. This communications tower. Assassin's Creed, this fucking tower. Actual tower. And then,
Yeah.
same thing over and over again. And I don't know. I don't know if I can really blame Ubisoft about that. But anyway, it's cool. Shadows of Mordor. I guess I can consider this like one of the sleeper hits as well for 2014.
Absolutely. It was on a lot of game of the year lists.
Yeah, I didn't.
And I think it actually won a few, right? It actually won a few.
Won a lot. Yeah, it won a few, and a lot of people were super impressed with like.
Yeah, I think it's because of how well the Nemesis system worked out.
Yeah, that was actually it actually paid off to.
Because actually, without the Nemesis system, I think it would just be very average. Like it's pretty.
It would just be a PS3 game.
Yeah, pretty much. Or a PS4. It's very competent.
Yeah, the
what
PS3
it does,
and the Xbox 360 doesn't have the Nemesis system. Am I right?
I know, right?
That's what I heard.
I'm not sure.
That's the exact case.
They delayed the old gen, the previous gen, for whatever reason, and that version doesn't have the Nemesis system. So I guess for those who are wanting the full experience of Shadow of Mordor, if that's really true, I have to double check that. But I guess PS4, Xbox One, PC, that's the best way to go.
The way to go, son.
That's the way to go. That's awesome though, Shadows of Mordor. What about you, Miggy? How are you?
I'm okay. I just finished all the video editing for the fucking game jam.
We, I guess by now, when this episode's out,
Hopefully it will be done.
Hopefully it'll be done.
There's some things I have to finish up, but they're all up there now. Just needs to be prepped and prettied for launch.
It's
like I literally just finished uploading the last video a while ago.
Yeah, I guess, well, if you're listening to this, it should be out, but we're planning to just release it all at once. So that's awesome. Good job. I listened to a couple of them, and I liked the montage you did. I mean, the small little montage. And
yeah, we had no issues with the music on the montage. Thank God.
Yeah. Will, you should check out the montage. Well, when you get a chance, when it goes live.
I definitely will when I get a chance to. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're there, and then apparently you had a hard time with
a lot.
Yeah, you had a problem with the Hadouken. I mean, that game. How do we do?
What do we do?
Yeah, he kind of used that a lot. So.
How do we do, Ken? What do we do, Ken?
Well, yes,
I have a problem with weird names like that.
Awesome.
Like ESGS also.
Like ESGS.
I got it right now.
Yeah, that's actually right. ESGS. The Esports and Gaming Summit. It's not EGSG or whatever.
ECGS.
But yeah, if you guys actually haven't yet, do check out our playlist, Manila Game Jam. All our interviews are there, all our videos, all our full coverage. Also, by now, it should be, I'm going to say it right now because then I am forced to really release it. We'll also have our top fives. Our top 5 games that we personally liked in the Middle Game Jam in Ateneo. Should be up on our site. Check it out. I guess we can just say it now. We're going to be posting it anyway. What was your favorite one? I mean, like, just let's go with number one, lang, just to make it like really quick. Like, what about you, Migs?
Oh, I was about to say, can I go first because I'm so laggy?
Yeah.
My number one is RRR GGG. RRR GGG BBB. That game was fun, man.
Okay, why? Because okay, I'll say it too. I'm also in the same boat. That's my number one.
I have
That's
a different one, so
yeah. That's also my number one. Mainly because it was actually a really fun game. Yes, it was actually a really fun game. It had really proper mechanics, and the best way I can describe it is like
it felt good to like move around.
Yeah, it felt good to move around, and it's used. It's created by the. It was developed with the Unity engine, and you essentially play this little girl. I don't know why, in a 3D platform, in a 3D field. It's a platform game, and I think Y is the jump, and then the other buttons pretty much. Like for example, A materializes like the blue objects in that world. And so if you want to progress, go through like the next stage or go through the next object, and then you see a transparent blue object, you have to like press the button, which is like A, to solidify, like materialize that blue. So in order you can jump over it and then you go on. There's like I think 3 colors, like which is why it's called RGB or like or is that RRR, GGG, BBB. So you have to like pretty much coordinate yourselves like up. I need the green because I'm going to be jumping over this. So I have to press it, solidify, and then I have to jump again so I can turn on the red. It was actually pretty challenging. And I guess, Will, you were asking about like how this kind of fits the theme.
Yeah, I would have actually picked that too because I felt it, as far as games go, it had the best gameplay overall of what we tried, but
yeah.
I couldn't see how it really fits the theme of the day, and that's sort of a couple points.
Mm.
I have a counter argument.
Go!
Oh,
if I don't lag.
No, go. You're fine now.
I was also wondering, like, how does it fit into the theme? But then you play that third stage where you just start off in a giant empty field until you find the one springboard and you go up into the sky and then platform from there. Like, because most of those platforms just don't lead anywhere. So you really have to, like, experiment and see where you, like, the platforms go through each other. So you have to, like, eliminate one to step on the other and vice versa. Like, if it wasn't for that stage, then it would have gotten the number one spot on mine.
Because I did, like, I'm actually with Miggy as well. It's not the strongest, like, application for the theme. I have to be honest with that. But it's there very slightly. They really focus on making the gameplay work.
It's the kind of game I've been looking for. God.
But when I was playing the third stage, because I think they have 3 stages, or was it 4? I'm not too sure. But the last stage, I didn't know what to do at first because like Miggy was right. It was just a clear plane,
just
and I just
big empty field.
So I was like going, what the fuck do I do now? I don't know what to do. And then I jump on, like I find this thing that makes me like propel all the way up, and then I'm like going. I can go left, right, and like down or something like that. And I kind of went. I had to do trial and error. Like, I go right. That's the dead end. I go down. Like it has no direction whatsoever. You have to figure out how to get to the end. And I guess that's their way of applying the theme. But I'm putting it as number one just solely because it's actually pretty impressive that they were able to make this out in just under 48 hours. And then the reason why it looked kind of like, I guess, not well polished or something, because they don't have designers or artists in their team. I think they were only solely coders, programmers. So they were able to focus on their strength, and their strength is actually to make the mechanics work. And it actually worked. So, and I was using a controller, by the way. So it was very well.
I was using a keyboard and mouse.
It
was good. A little weird.
I used the controller as well.
But that's my number
one.
How do you do that? Is that like you can download it, or you have to just get the source file and the executable file? Because I played it in
it depends on the game. Some that are like Unity based can be played on the browser.
Some of them just don't even work.
Some of them just don't even work.
They messed up their upload. Yeah.
Okay.
Some are missing files that are essential to run, etc. Oh well.
What you will?
What's your number one?
Yes. Tell us.
My number one was Angry Wife, because I did feel that was one of the best uses of, if not the best use of the theme.
Because of the concept.
Overall, of what I played. Like, the concept basically is, you come home from work, you're an everyday guy, you come home from work and your wife is mad at you, and you have no idea why. And you gotta figure out why. And you don't know
what do we do now? What do we do now? Yeah.
Now, gameplay-wise, yeah, it wasn't the sharpest thing there. Like, half the time I was just clicking randomly and I won, and I didn't know what I did.
Yeah.
But, I just felt like, because I'm also thinking like, this is a game jam, and if they had more time, what could they have really brought out with this game? And for me, this is the one that has a lot of fun potential, just to be
I think it has a lot of fun potential, especially like, it can just be an open world, like, just fool around, and then just hopefully, like, you can figure out why your wife is angry. Like, I guess, like, can I put it like similar, like, just like how you would play Goat Simulator in some sense, or
in a way,
or some shenanigan like I Am Bread-ish, or, stuff like that.
And you could make it like a semi-RPG, like, you gotta learn about your wife, and then from there, like, you'll figure out, oh, she's mad because I didn't do this, or she's mad because of that,
And it's gonna be randomly generated.
Yeah, all kinds of things could have come up with it. But for me, that was and I like the graphics. The graphics were quite cute. Like, they were just 2D sprites, but I mean, overall, it looked okay. It looked okay.
Yeah, I think it was the gameplay and the mechanics that was lacking, but
it's not just lacking. It's like we didn't understand what wanted. Remember? Because we would just win or lose out of the bat.
And we played this like in our house. It's like not in the site. We failed to find it. Weirdly enough,
we actually didn't see it on the site.
I wanted to find that in play because I was like, when I was in the pitch, when they were pitching ideas for the.
That was the best one. That was the one that got the biggest crowd reaction.
Yup. And then I don't know, it's true. It was actually a great idea. I mean, I'd play that.
Yeah, given enough time and maybe a different art style, maybe that could have been something.
That could have been something, yes. And I think it's viable also, like you putting it as number one, because it's a very strong concept, very strong theme, and
the theme itself also is actually kind of difficult to work around because by its very nature, what do we do now? Like, you're kind of putting the designer in a place
out there.
No, yeah, and it sort of implies that the player should not know what they have to do, So it's a tight balance that needs to be met in a way, and maybe they didn't get it right with what they had to show, but I think given enough time, they could have definitely done something really cool with this concept.
For sure.
In one game they didn't get it right.
What?
Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
I don't. Anyway,
you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't believe you didn't mention it.
Please look forward to our dramatic reading.
Yeah, we're just gonna mention our top ones. Check out our post of our top fives to know more about what we personally like, and I guess for all of you guys, it varies, like, because it's on the top fives because of the theme, because of the concept, because of the mechanics, because of the art style,
and it's also what we tried, because we didn't get to try everything there.
Yeah, we failed to get to try everything. So when you guys check out our post of our top fives on the Middle Game Jam, please take note that we are focusing only on the games that were made on Ateneo.
We played ourselves.
Yeah,
and the ones that we were able to try.
And I played a couple of games before when I got home, because I failed, because there was like 32 games. We tried so hard. We had like 2 hours to I wanted to.
We didn't even have
everybody.
2 hours. We just had like 1 hour.
Something that was 1 hour. Yeah. So yeah, our post, our personal top fives are just for Ateneo only. But if you guys want to check out these games that we're mentioning, or the ones we mentioned last week, you can check it out anytime, like right now, like the middlegamejam.org. Or gamejam.org, sorry.
Gamejam.org.
Globalgamejam.org.
Okay, yeah, globalgamejam.org. Check that out. All the games are there. Just filter to Philippines. Check out the specific site, or also check out Benilde, because they actually have a big turnout as well there in that site. They made a lot of games as well. So yeah, just pick your venue, and then just go
Or
all
actually,
out.
honestly, you just go through them a lot. Most of them, the international ones, like I saw some really funny ideas.
Yeah,
And,
or that too. Yeah.
so they're worth checking out. And
And
just
then,
to see how creative like a lot of these guys are.
yeah, and also take note that this game jam is a global game jam, like said on the URL. So during that weekend, almost how many countries participated? So we're talking about thousands of games that you can try out and just see. And these are all made under 48 hours. So it's amazing. Go check it out. I'll say it again, globalgamejam.org. Org. I really say that. Org. Speaking of which,
Oh my
Miggy, you
God.
have a game you want to talk about. I mean, here you go.
Not a game. It's
Oh, it's not a
game
game.
related.
Oh, it's
So
game
like for the
related.
people who tune into this wonderful, wonderful show,
That way you do it
and
every single week. Ha ha
who
ha.
do not hear the banter we have during break times, we were talking about robot toys,
Oh wow.
and I just wanted to say, I also got a
This is
robot
another Amiibo
toy.
watch? It's Amiibo watch.
Oh, it's not Amiibo, dude. I don't have it's hard to commit to Amiibos, but I did get a figure of Mega Man Zero from the GBA game Mega Man Zero from
Okay.
Bandai's
Nice
SX9. It's fucking good. It's gorgeous, man. I've been wanting a figure like this since what year was that? 2002 or something.
Is it a figure or like a posable toy?
It's a
Can you pose
fully
it, or-
posable action figure. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It looks. He comes with the weapon set from the first game, and I guess the only drawback is the ugly joints on his hair, because Zero's got long flowing locks, and like the joint is hideously huge. You gotta hide it. And
I
you
wonder
can
if-
do all the iconic poses that he does in all the official art that came out when they were showing off weapons. Like he can really pose that way, and the effect is really good. And I think it came out middle of last year, and usually once they do a run, it most often doesn't get a re-release. So I was lucky to snag this one. Doesn't help that it's
I
an
wonder
exclusive.
Wait, sorry.
I wonder if-
We spaced out again. What toy did you get?
Mega Man Zero from the
Oh, okay.
GBA game.
Sorry. I just got a message. I think you guys heard that one. I was reading that one.
It's too laggy to get anything. Will, what were you saying?
I was going to say, like, I wonder if anyone will ever make a figure of like the bad, like, cover art version of
Bricks.
Mega Man from the very first game, the NES.
Oh, the bad box art?
The terrible box art, and then the guy actually became a fighting game character in Street Fighter X Tekken. Like
Somebody made I saw a mod of that. Like somebody modded a Marvel Legends figure to make him look like the Street Fighter Cross Tekken version, where his helmet is like off center and he's kind of fat.
Right.
But we're never gonna see an official one of that. I think there's a little statue of it somewhere though, but like officially by Capcom. Like the shit you find at Comic-Con, I think. That's it. Just want to talk about my toy robot.
You always. I'm gonna deem this like your How do I say this? Like your.
Miggy's Playhouse, yeah.
Okay, well we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Miggy's toy box.
I'll go with that because your Amiibo hunt is like. I guess we'll just make this as an evolution of Miggy's Playhouse. Toy
It's a
house.
subsidiary.
Yeah, let's expand your knowledge, or let's expand your
It's like Blue's Clues, but with me in it.
jazz hands, Blues Clues.
He's in a rock band now.
Who?
Neil, whatever his name is, Steve. He's like in a super metal band. No, I don't know.
Oh, that is
Who's
awesome.
in the metal band?
The blues guy. The blues
Blues guy.
Yeah, the guy.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah. Something like that.
Dude,
It's a
I've
weird-
always thought of him as an awesome guy. So the fact that he's in a metal
To do
band.
Blue's Clues, I'm sure he was super high every time. So
Dude, you have to be like any children's show. I always
he's gonna
assume.
put an imaginary dog in a green screen.
Yeah. Anyway, is that it? I mean, are you good with that?
Yeah, it's
The-
cool. And I played
The
normal
Miggy
hero.
Playhouse is now done
Tune
for
in
the week.
next week. When
Tune in next
I
week.
guess
Because,
post will out.
yeah, while Will's out, it might be another Amiibo watch. We never know. We
It
just
will
never
be replaced by an amiibo.
know. On to the news, people.
On to the news. Yeah, let's start
On to
with
the
something.
news.
Let's start with the local stuff. I want to talk about.
Oh, you want to go
the,
straight to that right away? Okay, cool.
The
Yeah, 'cause
Dota.
we missed
Oh,
this
unless you want,
last
yeah. The
Yes. Okay. We're pretty much late for the party thanks to the middle of the game jam. The reason why I want to put this in is because, we failed to actually put on our 2 cents about this. It's a pretty big deal. And, Polygon,
Relevant.
it's relevant. Polygon, big sites like Kotaku even
We got
bothered
featured
to.
on Kotaku, man.
The worst way, in the worst way possible, we got
That's
featured.
how.
That's how we know. That's how we know. But essentially, Dota 2, I was actually assuming it was only the first one, but I guess Dota 2 was, it caused a lot of, I guess the word here is unrest, and in a lot of computer cafes in the Philippines, to the point where they banned the game outright from these specific districts. I think it's Dasmariñas actually, to be more exact. That's the city of Dasmariñas. They want to ban Dota 2 because of I guess the quarrels that happen in between thanks to this game.
Well, no,
And-
they actually banned. It wasn't that they want to ban it, but they did ban it because
Oh yeah, okay.
apparently it was,
they did ban it.
there was a stabbing that involved Dota for whatever reason.
There were multiple
That's
cases.
the story I heard.
Yeah, there are multiple cases. We're talking about brawls. We're talking about stabs. We're talking about
Dota-related violence.
Yeah, and then so the barangay captain or the leader on Dasmariñas, they just, I guess, like you said, they just outright banned the game. And the reason why I want to put it back is, a lot of people are going to be taking this as another ammo or another sense of ammo to just hit games
Violence.
being violence.
Video games.
Yeah, this is another extra good example for them to further get some leverage over their fight to make people understand that video games is horrible and video games is not good for children. This is just another. I think the best way I can say that if you guys are listening to any of these news, I'll tell you this right now: it's not the game. It's not
Spoiler
the game
alert,
at all.
people are just stupid.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's not a spoiler alert. You should know that. People should know that because Dota 2 is not exclusive to the Philippines. We do not hear stabbing. I'm sure there is. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm not gonna say it's never happened. But I've always considered the Dota or the Dota 2 community here in the Philippines. Someone will burn me for this eventually when they hear this, but I'm gonna say it as a very toxic community. It's a very toxic.
I agree. I think in general, though, and I think people are going to hate me as well for saying this. I think, generally speaking, in any online game, MMO, MOBA, or FPS, Filipinos are kind of up there with Brazilians and Russians and Polish players. In the sense that they are looked upon as sort of a bad community, based off national identity.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Well, the thing is, I don't know why it's like that. But whenever I play online, and the example I can give about is the original Ragnarok. If you guys ever played that,
that's my first MMO.
No, but at some point, the main city was it's like real life Manila. There are people begging there for heals and Zenny and whatever.
There are bums in Ragnarok.
No,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Oh my god.
That's absolutely true. I've had I played a priest. That was my main character in Ragnarok. And I'm walking around in some forest. You'll see some hunter walking around. Can you heal me, please? Can you heal me? If you don't reply, just like any other ones out, they will keep following you until you freaking heal. So I'm instead of waving their hand, I throw a level 1 heal, the really lowest level of a heal, give them 20 life, and then I healed you, and then he he gets mad after because I did that, and like, yeah, it's true, it's very true.
It's true, and then the trash talking is actually. Here's the thing: Filipinos don't really trash talk non-Filipinos, but if they know another player is Filipino, that's when the shit talking happens.
Oh, that's when the shit hits the fan, literally.
Yeah, if you find out like you're playing Dota and then you find out like the other team's Pinoy, oh, the shit talk starts there.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, like I don't know, because it's really not our generation in that sense. It's more of the younger crowd who are playing it now, I think, that are giving this bad reputation.
I guess it's getting the bad reputation, but I played Dota, the first one, when it came out. Just like how I was so avid with like Counter-Strike and all that. So I'm like one of those people like in high school and in like early in my college years where I played these games like constantly in these internet cafes. There's a reason why I go to those internet cafes to play these games. Right. And I guess I'm the generation who kind of started, and I guess the next one, like the younger ones who were 18, 16, going through the same, high school life I am. I guess it's getting worse.
It's also kind of, it's actually also more visible now because of the fact that back then it was more convenient to play in a LAN setting rather than playing online.
Yeah.
Right? Like you would play Dota 1, like the original mod, you would play in a LAN. You wouldn't, or it would be very rare to, back then, like now obviously, it's a different story, but back then I would, you'd go with your friends and you'd play. Like, and now, where it's so much easier to just find a game online, that it's more like, you go in. I think you'd go in as one person, two people, and then you just join some random game rather than forming a game with your own group.
Yeah, but in these internet cafes, they still play Dota 2 as in LAN, as if it's a LAN game. I think the only difference, like I can't really say because I haven't played in the cafes in a while, but I think it just got worse because definitely when I got out of that whole scenario where like I play locally with in cafes, because I haven't touched a cafe in a while. Like, but when I got out and when I started, when I got out, seems like a fucking like compound. It felt like it was getting worse. And then I had a couple of cousins who were playing these games, and then they're just ass foul.
Right.
And then,
and it's not even like good trash talk. It's just loud swearing.
No, but I just don't want to go really deep into this thing. But I'm just saying that. With this whole like banning of Dota 2 or any other game in internet cafes,
I think it's the wrong
move. It's the wrong solution, definitely, because for one, you're ruining businesses. Like I think we're the only country, like the only remaining countries that have internet cafes that support gaming in this way, and I'm sure they're cheap. I'm sure like they're struggling to do that because I remember back then internet cafes were just sprouting left and right. And now I'm sure they're like slowly dying. And then having this, like one city banning and like maybe other cities who might get the same idea and it might have a chain of, you never know.
It's obviously like people are, like the lawmakers here are not really understanding the game and the situation completely. Like, how many studies have there been already showing that there really is no viable link between violent video games and actual violence, right?
Yeah, it's actually the opposite. To be honest.
It's
right. So obviously, these kids, it's not because they played Dota that they got into altercations. There's obviously other issues that's involved in their lives.
Yes.
That are causing them to become.
Yeah, there is, and you guys have these people, these local people who are like issuing these bans or like doesn't understand. They have to understand the game. The reason why some people are so pissed, and for me, example, is the reason why I don't play it anymore, is because you are so heavily required to play it in a team environment. You have to play as a team. If one fucks up, you all are fucked. Wait, that's a bit too loud. That's a bit too sound. Yeah, if you're all messed up, everybody will feel it.
That's why I don't play the MOBAs.
Yeah, because if you go to a quick game or you join some random LAN. And some guy who joins your team, he's like the only loner and you have 4 friends. and then he just could not keep up. He was the reason why he was dying, giving the other team gold. The other 4 people will get mad, and they're like 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and they will quarrel, and then they will fight
Even
the
younger
guy.
sometimes.
Yeah, even younger. And that guy who was alone might have a knife, and he might stab him out of defense. And bam, we have a scenario because they couldn't coordinate each other. It's not the game's fault. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not. It's the game instigated the violence, but the fact that that violence occurred is, if I'm playing Dota, like, and my team member fucks up, like, yeah, I'll be mad, but I'm not gonna pull out a knife and stab the guy, Like, there's obviously, like,
it's not
like
the
these kids
game's fault that you're mad.
It's not the game's fault that you have, you decide, it's still a choice to take that knife out and stab someone, right? So, I think, obviously, there just needs to be better,
filtering,
like supervision for these kids, and I guess just education again. Education has always been an issue here, especially here, whether it's a developing country, right? And and the thing is, a lot of these kids, that's all they do, man. Like they skip school, whatever, they just play Dota the whole day. And the cafes can't do anything unless the school like makes a formal complaint, I guess. Like the cafe won't stop them. I mean, it's money for them.
Yep.
That's money for them. I guess I have to really think about this still, because I don't know. It's very hard. Like, even I've heard and I've experienced people like almost having a quarrel because of the fight. Because it's so easy for the game for us to like taunt the person, like because he's right over there in the corner, and then we can just shout some profanity to like mess up his game. And there's so many elements because it's forced to be like team play and competitive play, and then you're like in the same room, and it's a recipe that could happen like anywhere, and it's just. Like, again, the overall point was it's just not the game. It's just really the community. It's just how it is, and it's just getting worse. It's getting way worse. So, yeah, I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how, I have to think about it. I don't know how to actually give a valid point on how to address it, because I've been thinking about this in a while. Like, it's actually very hard. It's like we're really so deep into it already that it's kind of hard to like get out of it.
Well, I would first of all, I mean, treat the perpetrators of whatever violence as you would anything, like, don't,
have an actual penalty.
Yeah, give them an actual penalty. At the same time, I would also, I think it's reasonable to say, during school hours, students, from this age to that age are not allowed in the net cafe to play games, or something like that, just so they have a reason not to skip school.
Well, in terms of not skipping school, puede. Yeah. So. I
don't know.
I skip school every time. I just remembered. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't stab it. You didn't stab anyone. That's the thing.
Well, I threw a Coke bottle at my friend.
Oh, he's your friend. Are you still friends?
Yeah, I'm still friends with him, I think. I think he's my cousin, too. I think. I don't know.
But I think,
yeah.
It's not, I think I think it's also the community has to sort of self-police themselves also, they have to, it's like the fighting game community. Like, I think the fighting game community is also one of those communities where there's a lot of, like, gambling involved, and it's kind of shady in certain places. But because the community, the community actually works within itself to sort of, police things as much as possible. So, in that sense, I think also the community members need to take active steps to do that, and the net cafes are part of that community for sure. So, I think that net cafes do have a responsibility. Like, if there's any violence or if there's any swearing, kick these people out. Like, learn to behave.
Yeah, learn to behave.
That's my thinking.
No, but that's what's going on, and actually, it actually stems a lot more, because we've had a couple of news that we kind of didn't bother, like even Southeast Asia or other people who played Dota 2 with Filipinos and all that. They don't like us because of our of our sportsmanship. So that's something I want to talk about in the future. Like I'm gonna stop us right here because we have a couple of things we want to talk about in the news section. And for one, let's go straight up to Dragon's Dogma Online, which was revealed.
Yep.
A couple of days ago, I think.
No release date revealed, I think. Was there a release date given? Maybe in Japan,
I don't
no?
think so, yeah, but it's only in Japan. We're talking about Dragon's Dogma Online. It's not a sequel to the amazing game that came out in PS3.
And that in itself already makes the game amazing, even more amazing. Because like the biggest complaint with Dragon's Dogma was your AI was so dumb.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
And they don't shut up.
They don't shut up. Now you have players. Now you're forced to just
that
shout
was the
at
only
them.
thing missing in Dragon's Dogma, like real co-op.
Yeah,
Yep.
real players being your teammates. Because I double dipped that game. I bought it again.
Oh, you bought the Dark Arisen version as well?
Yes, I did. Because I got it in the PS3 for the first one, for the first time, and then when I heard the new one was coming out, and then my PS3 conked out, Xbox 360. Bam, Dark Arisen. Where's my copy? But yeah, online, only in Japan. Damn it. But it's a free-to-play game. It's a free-to-play game.
Yep,
Yeah,
all those
and that-
rumors are true.
That makes me go in a bit of way, because with that comes microtransactions and timers and all kinds
Yeah,
of
we-
And Capcom.
And Capcom. I don't know how they're gonna deal with it. I think Capcom's really I don't know. It seems like with Deep Down, their PS4 free-to-play game that seems similar to Dark Souls, and then now they have this Dragon's Dogma Online in Japan, which is going to be also free-to-play. I think Capcom's really testing the waters on different business models because they also have like Revelations 2 on episodic format now. They're really testing out like different ways of releasing their games, and I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. But Dragon's Dogma Online, there's not much to really dig into it, but it's been officially revealed. I just hope that it gets, I guess, enough success to the point where they want to port it, get a Western release for it.
I hope it does, man.
Because more Dragon's Dogma is good. It's very good.
Yep.
And I saw the trailers are out. The trailer is out. I'm sorry. You can check it out. It looks amazing. It looks exactly the same, actually. But there's
which is not a bad thing.
it's not a bad thing. I'm saying
been,
amazing because I guess there's just a lot of cool monsters. There's a lot of dragons to fight.
Imagine if we're playing this and we're all just climbing on a dragon's face.
Oh my god!
We're just on
Imagine
his face.
we
hacking
find
away
a
like
sheep.
idiots.
Imagine we find a sheep and we all climb that sheep.
I'm actually wondering if it will, what do you call it? If it will be cross-platform, because it says on the trailer that this is for PS3, PS4, and Windows. So will it be? Who knows if it'll be?
I hope so, man.
If it'll be cross-platform, I hope so as well.
If Realm Reborn can do it, why not Dragon's Dogma?
Yep. So Dragon's Dogma. Check out the trailer for that. We got
Next
a lot
up.
of news also coming out from NetherRealms on.
You want to go straight up to it? Yep. You go ahead.
On Mortal Kombat
that
X.
episode.
I have been.
You guys are like
so
jizzing about this episode. So what's up with Mortal Kombat X? I mean, what's going on again?
It's just around the corner. It's in April. Well, first of all, they revealed two returning characters. They revealed Reptile and Ermac. And they showed a couple of new fatalities. Yeah, they showed a couple of new fatalities. And it got featured on Conan O'Brien's Clueless Gamer, which was hilarious as well. And I think they're doing a great push right now for this game, and I'm really looking forward to. They only had a few more characters left to reveal. I'm wondering actually if it'll be more returning characters, or if they're still going to add a few new ones in, or what do you guys think?
I just like the fact that his head, Ermac's fatality, like he took out the head, put it inside the body, and just ripped it out from the chest. That's all I got. That's all I got. And then I just raised my hands, stood up from the chair, and just I got a high five from my brother. He doesn't know why. I'm not gonna tell him why. He hasn't watched the trailer. That's amazing. That Ermac's fatality was just amazing.
I'm really loving the new fatalities too. Like they're so gory, more creative.
They're
than a
having
lot of
fun with that new engine. That is just
This
literally
is
what's
basically
happening.
the Injustice. It's like a revised Injustice engine, right? Like from what I'm gathering.
It's Unreal 4, diba?
Oh, is it Unreal 4
Oh wait, no,
already?
it's Unreal
Okay.
3. I think it's still
Yeah,
Unreal
it's Unreal
3.
3.
Yeah.
I think it's the next evolution of the engine they used from Injustice, because it's got all the background, interactable.
The environmental attacks. You're right, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering who's next. People have been saying Melina will probably, because apparently the comic that's already out from Image has been showcasing a lot of characters.
A lot of old characters.
A lot of old characters. So Melina is actually pretty well rumored to be in there. They showed Reiko, I think, who was a character from
Oh god,
Mortal Kombat
Reiko?
4 or 5. Yeah, it's like one of
She's from like the PS2 games.
one of Shao Kahn's like generals, right? They what's her name? The Frost was there.
The female Sub-Zero.
The female Sub-Zero, yeah. But I don't know if she's going to be in there because and Jax's daughter of all people was also shown.
What's her name?
So
She
we'll
has a
see.
really dumb name. It's like
Yeah, she
Jax
has a weird
or
name.
something.
Jack's got a daughter? The what?
Yeah, apparently.
What's her? She has a really
So,
stupid name. It's like Jax with something on the end, like Jaxie or something.
Okay. Okay, so they announced 2 people.
Oh, and then they also revealed Goro as that was kind of controversial that they showcased Goro as a
As
pre-order
a pre-order,
character,
yeah.
and not everyone was too happy about that.
Yeah,
But-
it's Goro.
No, but knowing
They'll come out eventually. As regular deals.
NetherRealms, they're going to release a Game of the Year
Complete
complete edition with it, right? And that's going to have everyone in there by then. So yeah, there's
That's
any
more,
characters you guys are looking to because there's only a few left, I think, that they need to reveal, and then you pretty
How
much
many
have the
slots are
initial
left?
study.
yeah, how many slots are left?
I'm not sure actually. I have to look at the
It's gonna be
game page.
done. It's gonna be done eventually because, just to let you know, Evo has the official lineup ready for this year, and Evo is the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. So Mortal Kombat 10 will be all set soon, really, really soon, and then we'll probably get the reveal maybe around March. And if I have to add someone into the list, crap, they already have Katana. That's all I want. Katana pala.
I also want them to show like new characters, since we already got most of the old school characters in there.
Yeah, and their children. So
Oh, we got all the ninjas
Well-
in except for Rain, but nobody cares about Rain.
I don't care about Rain. Hey, fuck
Well,
Rain.
Noob
Purple man.
Cybot's not there. Noob is not there. Yeah, Rain is not there. I do like that
Smoke
Ermac
isn't there.
doesn't look like a
Zombie
ninja
Kung Lao.
anymore. And Rem,
Kung whatever.
there are
Zombie
rumors that
Kung Lao.
there's rumors though that Liu Kang will be the big boss.
Oh,
The
Liu
big
Kang.
bad.
Sorry, did I say
Like
it wrong?
a
Kung Lao's alive, right?
It's a Kung Lao, yeah.
The new character will be the zombie son of Liu Kang.
With dragon arms. With
Because
dragon
it's
arms.
just now Mortal Kombat, the after years, where everyone has a kid.
After they're all going to high school, they're forced to fight to death. Yeah, that's Mortal Kombat 10.
But I'm actually wondering who else could make the cut. Maybe from old characters who we haven't seen yet. Maybe Melina is probably the most likely one.
Yeah, I'm seeing Melina as someone who's going to come back. She is a science experiment, after all.
I'm hoping one of the cyborgs come back, Cyrax or Sector.
Oh, that'd be
That'd
pretty
be
cool.
kind
I like Cyrax. I actually like Cyrax. Cyrax is the yellow one, right?
Yes.
Yep, Cyrus
Yes.
is the yellow one.
Oh, there's another ninja where we forgot Smoke. He's not there yet.
Screw Smoke. I don't consider Smoke an ability. I consider Smoke an afterthought. To be honest. As an ability.
Yeah, he was like a secret character in Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, that too, so.
And he was just
Yep.
Scorpion.
He was just Scorpion. just for the
I'm
sake
also
of it.
wondering if they'll introduce new characters from the later games, like
Fucking
Frost,
Boraicho.
Boraicho.
or
Kenshin
like
might make it,
Jared,
apparently.
Jarek from Mortal Kombat 4.
God, Jared. This is not a
This isn't a brutality. This is a
It's a
fatality.
fatality. Yeah. But it's amazing though, because this game is basically like, remember, it's like 3 different variations per character. So if you got 20 characters,
That's like tripling the roster, dude.
yeah,
God.
exactly. It's gonna be nuts. So looking forward to this, and it's coming out real soon for next gen and Windows, I think. I'm not sure if there'll be a PS3 or Xbox 360 version though.
There is, remember? I talked about it last
For-
time.
Oh
On
yeah,
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of the
sorry.
trailer with the Goro reveal, it showed PS3 and Xbox 360 in the list. But I think it's a different company that's porting it, so it may come out late.
I'm wondering also if they're gonna include another, like, remember like the surprise DLC character in MK11 was like Freddy Krueger. So you think they're gonna put in like like Jason Voorhees or some shit?
Depends, like, it
Or,
has
or
to be
maybe
something
they'll put
that's-
in a DC hero just to put the
oh my God.
Injustice
They're
connection.
gonna put in Batman. God.
Dude, Scorpion got into Injustice, so
And Scorpion was just Batman in terms of movesets.
exactly.
Oh my God. It's
But
gonna
anyway,
be-
that's Mortal Kombat 10, X. They actually say it X, not 10 actually, and I'm actually pretty excited just for the fatalities. I'll be deeply honest with that.
Oh,
No,
dude,
I'm excited
looks
also
awesome.
for the
have you all seen
single
the
player-
Conan O'Brien video?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody else should watch it. The Conan
Wait.
O'Brien Clueless Gamer.
When
Like-
Cassie Cage did the balls punch.
Yeah, it's been
The
confirmed.
faces of Conan and those two football players.
Yeah, I just felt you just can't do that. Anyway, next up though that happened this week, I think it's something to do with all who wants to be an aspiring YouTube video creator or Let's Plays person. Nintendo, if you want to do some stuff with Nintendo, they may now they're gonna release a program called the Nintendo Creators Program for YouTubers. And essentially, that gives you the opportunity to make, I guess, Let's Plays or videos with their content. With, I guess, so you'll be able to earn with a little bit of a cut, getting a small cut to Nintendo and you getting a portion after. And, Miggy, what do you think about this? Like, Nintendo actually having its own program in itself instead of just like saying, people can just use whatever content we have on YouTube, just like any other company right now.
It's bullshit. Why? Basically bullshit. Because what this means is before when Nintendo would hit your videos with copyright if it had music from Mario or gameplay from Mario or like even just trailer footage, which trailer footage shouldn't even be an issue. And so now they're giving you the option to be able to monetize those videos, but they will take a certain percentage or a cut, like similar to like a YouTube network in terms of like ad revenue.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue that's popping out now is the process that it will take to do that. It's either they're gonna hold your videos off for 3 to 4 days until they can confirm.
For review?
Yeah, for
they said
review
3
until they can
days,
confirm
basically.
Mhm.
the monetization, or you just basically surrender your entire channel to them, and then you can monetize whatever videos Nintendo you have. But then the contract says subject to change without prior notice or something, and that's why people are flipping their minds now.
No, I don't like the fact that you can actually have more access to your account. It's like it's essentially asking you to be an exclusive Nintendo Let's Player or a Nintendo video creator.
Yeah, the surrendering your entire channel thing is really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's actually going to be also. I don't know why Nintendo's doing it. I guess they're just trying to take a hold of. Because compared to any other company, Nintendo has the biggest, like, in terms of like very iconic characters like Mario and Zelda and all those crap. So it kind of makes sense that Nintendo will be the first one.
The rights of their characters, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that they're the first one to actually do something like this because EA can flag shit or Square Enix can flag, Sony doesn't really care.
With Inaman, it's usually just the licensed music that they use.
Yeah.
Square Enix is just a fucking dick sometimes because cutscenes. But this Nintendo thing is kind of shady, but it's better than Sega, who just basically just takes down your video talaga outright.
Yeah,
blocks it worldwide because Sega's silly like that. It's fucking stupid. But like for us, like I don't mind if it gets hit with copyright as long as people can watch it.
Yeah.
It is still a dick move though.
You consider because you are technically a Let's Player in a sense with all those videos you sent like release every week, and then you've wrestled against like Square Enix and all those ones that flag your videos like straight up just because
Enix and Sega like they're so bad.
Hitman. I remember your attempt with Hitman Absolution.
That was the worst, dude.
That was funny.
Fires. My grandfather just died then that day.
But this one, like as you, you play Smash Bros. You play Nintendo games. With this program, you're not gonna touch this at all, even with this attempt.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it as long as the video is playable, even if it like gets. Because but that's the issue. I mean, like, if they claim it for copyright, they get 100% of the ad revenue.
Yeah.
So now they're splitting between you if you agree to this. Like, that's okay. It's better than nothing. Pero, for old games like NES Super Mario Brothers, and they still hit you with that. Come on, man.
And they have a process.
Came out like 2 years ago.
And they have a process to do.
Yeah, they have the whole thing about the 3 to 4 days. That's going to be an issue for people who actually live off YouTube or who like put out reviews. Like the review sites are going to have like a debacle with that, I'm sure.
What about was that though? What about how do I say this? Nintendo. Do you think though that I don't know? I guess you think the other companies that would, if this gets a trend, would follow suit? Like, I don't know, Square Enix is very much of a dick right now. They would do something like this if you want to. Because all the reason why they're like cutting like or copywriting or blocking your videos because they don't want you to earn from their rights. I mean their own property. And if this comes out as successful, maybe other companies will follow suit, and then people will be forced to be like in specific contracts in different companies in order to just release videos. Do you think that will actually kind of slow down the trend of being a Let's Player or someone in video games in YouTube?
It could, but it also depends like who and how they're gonna do this. Because before Nintendo announced this, I think they allowed Let's Plays in Japan for their Nico Nico Doga website, which is like the Japanese YouTube. I think they have no issues with copyright now. And I don't know what Nintendo of America is doing with this, but hopefully at least some companies will allow you to just put up footage now, like Sega.
Yeah.
Because like Sega just blocks it worldwide. If your video has a bit of a cutscene in it, like maybe just 10 seconds even, they'll block the video worldwide, which is worse than them claiming it for copyright.
Yeah, that's true. The Nintendo Creators Program, it will launch on May 27, and it's currently in beta. So, and I think if you want, you can actually accepting already registrations if you guys are interested in being not full time, but to do content with Nintendo, I guess, property or IPs. So,
I think it only applies to their first party titles.
Yeah, the first party for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Like Smash Bros. I don't even think has any issue with that, but like Mario Kart or New Super Mario World is the ones to look out for, or something like that.
Yes. So that's what happened with Nintendo. Thanks, Nintendo.
It's weird, man.
It's very weird.
Again, it could all change because it is in the contract that it could change without prior notice or something.
It can change without prior notice, yeah. So it's really, hopefully they're
testing
don't mess
it out.
Up.
Yeah, hopefully they're not dicks about it, because I believe in Reggie
You believe in Reggie.
and his stuffed crust abilities.
And that's it for our news this week. God, I feel kind of like bit in with the Dota 2 talk. I guess we'll do that, I don't know, in a couple of weeks in the future. We'll see. Because I really feel bit in, but I have a lot more to say about that. But this week, let's go straight to our topic. And our topic this week, weirdly enough, it's actually been moved, pushed back so many times because of the game jam and other stuff. Video game achievements. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely. That's
And I'm talking about everything. From which I guess the best way I can describe it is like if you see a high score, you see those damn trophies, or I guess anything in that.
it's sort of the natural evolution of the high score, if you think about it,
Yeah, because I guess the first ever achievement is I got the high score of the leaderboard or the tablet, and then I guess that started really way back. But I don't want to go into a history lesson, but I don't know. As a kid, I didn't really care much about high scores back then, especially me being Mr. Single Player when I was a kid. Were you?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't care anything about high scores. I mean, the only time a high score really mattered to me was when you got an extra life after a certain amount or something like that, But other than
With
that,
Mario.
I didn't really. Yeah, but otherwise I didn't really give a crap about getting the high score. I just wanted to beat the game. And actually, honestly, when the Xbox, I think it was the Xbox One came out, that first introduced achievements, or was it the 360?
Oh, not Xbox One, Xbox. The
Xbox,
first one.
original Xbox thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't care at all for it. I thought it was such a dumb idea, but they've, since then, I've appreciated for what they are. I don't normally go out of my way anymore though to try and get them, unless there's a direct benefit of doing so while playing the game.
Yeah. I mean, Xbox did. They were the first ones who actually did this whole achievement deal with the whole Gamerscore, and everybody else started following suit. I think Steam was next. They started doing those damn achievements, and then PlayStation with the trophies, and then eventually we got my alarm's going up, and then we actually get Apple with their achievements in the Game Center.
Apple, shit.
They have, believe it or not. I just don't. Yeah, it's there.
Well,
But-
you guys know that on the Xbox 360, the achievement points were essentially meant to be exchangeable into actual currency, or
That's what I thought.
you could. No, that's the original plan that they had.
Mm.
But then they looked at the numbers and they came to the conclusion na malulugi sila eventually. And that's why they
Yeah.
just made it just points.
Yeah, because
But then, some players actually play for those now. There are those guys who. There are forums.
Yeah,
that are
they
dedicated to
rate their
achievements on
skills with the number of points they have.
Yep, and that's for me when it comes to Xbox. That's the evolution of a high score, the overall score. Because
I never thought of it that way.
That's how I
That's
see
cool.
it. Because that's how I see it in forums. I think the one with the highest one. Someone correct me. I think it's I have to Google this. I think it's 1 million mark or something, or 500K gamer score. There are people who they will buy a crappy Toy Story game or a crappy
Mega Mind for the Xbox 360.
yeah, just to get points. I mean, they'll
To get
download
the platinum.
Yep. Or that platinum is another that's a different story actually. They just get it just for that damn platinum trophy. That
Hello?
platinum count.
Sup, Will?
Yep.
Can you hear
Lag.
us?
PLDT is
Have you guys Yeah, I lagged out there.
yeah, you lagged out. But I'm gonna say though that PLDT is at fault there, and that's our daily.
They always are, man.
Yeah, that's our weekly.
always are.
That's our weekly bitch about PLDT. So, damn it. Yes, we're in Skype.
What were you saying, Will?
What were you saying?
No, I wanted to ask if any of you have platinum the game or
Oh yeah, I have 6.
I have not platinumed anything.
Oh really?
Yep, I do not look at trophies. When I get them, I'm like, hey, that's cool. Then I just play the game. I do
I
not care
platinumed
for
two, but
this.
I platinumed two, but
Crisis.
not because I was trying to do it. Like one was
It just
platinum because the developer was just so freaking lazy that you get basically an achievement every. It was an RPG, which was Enchanted Arms. So basically, as you play the game, you just get achievements at each point of the story you hit until
You
the end of the
eventually
game.
get the platinum.
And then when you beat
Yeah,
the
if
game,
you
you
finish,
just have
if you
everything.
beat the game, you get the platinum, basically. And the other one was
Awesome.
Costume Quest, the first one, which I
Hey.
actually wasn't trying to get, but it happened anyways. So
For all you like platinum hunters, play The Walking Dead. You'll get it. Just
I
play
didn't
it.
get the platinum.
You
And I
get
played
it.
that.
No, you'll get
No.
it. Just play it. Season 1. You'll just play it. You'll get it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You have it then. I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't think. Oh, whatever. I'll just check.
There's no collectibles like the Wolf Among Us. You just play it, flat out. From what I remember. No, I remember it. But anyway, I just double checked. The Gamerscore, yeah, I think the one of the highest is 1 million in Xbox. And
What is he doing with his life?
I don't know, but he's buying all those indies. He's buying all those crappy Spider-Man games or whatever, just to get those extra gamer scores. And I don't know, I'm gonna say it though, that Xbox, I didn't complete a single one yet though. In any
We
game.
should platinum Magus.
You should platinum that.
Because I'm sure nobody else has done that.
Nobody has
I'm
ever
gonna
played
go look up
Magus.
the achievements for Magus right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But do we really want to? I really want to have that game in my PS3 again. Oh, God.
I'll do
I don't
it.
know.
I'll take the fall.
I'm still surprised that
My
Magus
first
is in the
and
damn
only
podcast.
platinum game.
We're talking about achievement, and Magus came out out
It
of
keeps
nowhere
coming
again.
back,
It
man.
just comes
It's
back,
possessed me.
Possessed. We bought the DLC. We're the only
I'm
ones who
doing
bought
the
DLC.
giant spell right now. I'm on the fast spell.
No, but yeah, I had like what? I think I got like 6 platinum trophies, and I don't know why. I just had that. Like, I guess when I got the PS3 for the first time, that's when I got my first dose of those achievements. Not even in Steam. I don't even remember Steam. It's just really on the PS3. And I think the first platinum I got was Uncharted 2. And then my cousin did Modern Warfare 2. I don't know why. He was obsessed with that game. He platinumed it for me. It wasn't me. And I actually also platinum that damn Enslaved game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
It looks like a monkey.
which is Andy Serkis's attempt to play to make a video game. And I don't know, like getting those platinums, it's always a grind. But it did add those extra hours into a game. Like it sucked the life out of like whatever's left out of that video game. Because like for example, Enslaved, I played again just to get those like collectibles or to get all the upgrades and all that. Because I really liked the game, and I was like maybe like 3 or 4 trophies shy away from getting the platinum. So I dished out like 3 or 4 more hours just to get that done. And it's just really like this is definitely these achievements, these trophies, gamer scores are really just meant for added value, isn't it? Like that's just what it is.
Sometimes they are. It depends on how they arrange those.
But there are some absurd ones where you have to play the game 3 times. Like I think Residence of Fate.
those I don't
requires
like
you
actually.
times.
Where
Oh,
you're forced to play new games.
I wonder if there's a person in the world who platinumed Residence of Fate.
There is.
Or even finished Residence of Fate.
There is. Well, no, there's people who finish Residence of Fate. There's a lot actually.
That game is long.
That game is really long. But it's just funny that I wonder if like, cause if you check out like the PlayStation forums, like even in here, I think there's a big trend of people like they share their photo of like, I platinumed this game, and everybody starts like congratulating him. Apparently it's like a big success thing. Like a lot of people just play it also just for the sake of like they get a game, they see the trophies first, and they cater their first experience of the game on what they can get as on their first playthrough. I'm not too sure if you guys have done that, but I've had a couple of friends where they went to the highest difficulty so they don't have to play it again to get the trophies. Like they cater to their experience for it just to I want the trophy. Like they'll go ultra hard right off the bat. That's what I did with XCOM. I went Iron Man so that I don't have to do it again, just for the sake of getting a trophy and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty interesting. Have you actually also bothered with leaderboards, by the way?
Never.
Sometimes
The
I try
closest
to
thing
do
to
it.
buying was like I think the closest thing I did was with leaderboards was a rock band with
Really?
like a bunch of my friends. We thought we'd try to get at least in the top 50,000 or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
For a particular song that was easy to do. Yeah, I don't remember if we managed to do that. I'm trying to remember.
I think
I'll
leaderboards
never
is
bother.
completely. I think leaderboards are completely useless now.
I'm just not built to, appreciate leaderboards and stuff like that. I'm a different kind of gamer. Like I said, grew up just wanting to finish through the game. So for me, all this, it's fun, but it's extra, really. Like, I won't, unless there's an in-game benefit to doing them, like, I really wouldn't bother.
That's the only leaderboard I checked out was like for something like what was that game? Like the Super
Spelunky?
Stardust.
Oh, okay.
Super
HD.
Stardust. I think that was the only one I checked out because of the arcade-like nature, but like the high score. That's just it. But otherwise, I don't bother.
Me,
Except for maybe that
used
Spider-Man game on iOS.
I used to bother, but I think all the leaderboards that I consider like I want to check out or I want to be there in that like top 10 or top 20. If you check out the first guy who's like the top scorer or the top killer, it's a bot. It's some guy who hacked the leaderboards.
Aw.
It's always like that.
Sucks.
That's why I never bother with leaderboards, especially like if you go to Call of Duty and you see the highest kill and death ratio. His kill death is like what, 2,500, and he has no deaths. That's
Right.
How? That's impossible.
Unless
That's why.
he's really, really good.
No.
You never know.
No. His name is what? RGB, capital B, capital A, C1.
RRGGGBB.
Yeah, the creator pala who did that.
69.
16. Next episode, 69. But yeah, leaderboards. Hey, wink, wink. Next, it's just weird. I don't know. Leaderboards. I'll never because even in Diablo 3 when they did the whole seasons thing, if you check it now, it's the same thing. People hack it, they ruin it. It's not worth that. And that season's been lasting for like months, and they just ruined the whole like I'm higher and I'm lower. And I guess overall in gaming achievement, you don't have to bother. It's kind of like a waste of time. But they have stemmed like different, like I guess like you said, like a forum built on like stacking up which has the highest gamer score, or actually forums with just a complete guide. If you go to I think PlayStation 3 trophies or PS trophies, they'll give you a complete guide on how to effectively get the platinum trophy as fast as possible, and they give you the exact amount of time you need, the in order in which you can do most efficiently, and what trophies you can skip if you play through it the first time. So with these achievements, that's why I want to put it, because they kind of stem the different kind of gamer in a sense. Like they just want the need of like hoarding these virtual achievements that no one will ever bother to check. And then
Well, it could be just a sense of completionism or something like that. But like the compulsive nature, like, oh, I need to get this thing because it's in the game. But then there are people who like brag about like, oh, I got the platinum in this and this and this. I'm better than you at games. And that's bullshit.
You can never say that. Like, I'm better than you in games because I have multiple trophies. The reason why you have many trophies is because you have more time spent on the game. That's about it.
Yeah, but those people exist. That's why it sucks.
Yeah, because like because I think maybe 50% of your achievements of like trophies are because you went to Google, you asked where are the collectibles or where are the fucking maps or how to do this.
There are people who get mad when games release their like achievement list early, because they say like, oh my god, it's showing spoilers in the game. Then
Yeah, some
don't
do
look
that.
at the list, guys.
Yeah, that too. You don't
That
have to look at
easy.
the list.
Look at it
Because-
after it comes out.
Because game achievements also is a way of like also giving you a hint of like how long the game is or what you can do after the game.
Mm.
Because that's the reason. That's mainly the reason why I do check the trophies, because like, oh, I can kill 10 dragons. Like when I play Dragon Age Inquisition, there's actually 10 high dragons I can kill. I didn't know that, but now that's a kind of a goal I want, because high dragons are fucking awesome. So I use that as a sense of information. But every now and then I try to get to like right now, like I popped in Second Son again like a couple of days ago, just for the sake of like I want to go to the evil. Play the evil side, and then pretty much I'll get the platinum if I just do that. I play that game well enough just on the first playthrough, all the collectibles on the first try. All I gotta do is play the game again, and I'm just doing it for the sake of why not? So there, and I think that's it for episode 68, our first episode in February.
And my last one, February.
Your first and your last. Your first and your last. We will miss you, Will. We will think of what.
You guys too.
We will text you. We will Viber you while you're in Europe every now and then.
I'll put up a soundboard with various Will quotes and just play it out.
I got him snoring. I got him snoring if you want one about him snoring. I got that.
We'll make a Will robot.
We'll make our third person, out of thin air.
You will be better, faster, more alive.
More or less lag.
Less lag.
More or less lag. So weird. But yeah, Will's gonna be gone. He'll be back though on March.
Correct.
First episode
Be
in
back
March.
in March.
You'll miss the 69 episode, but that's perfect. We just need to.
You can podcast at the wedding. You can ask if there's.
I don't think my relatives would appreciate me podcasting about video games.
Get them on the show too. Yeah.
He's just there in the corner. Just laughing, giggling. What are you doing? I'm working.
Talking about video games.
I'm talking about video
Leave me
games.
alone.
This is serious shit. Just in the corner. Just
Reggie just shat his pants. It's just
It's-
good business.
Will has to be on this one because Reggie's all about this. But yeah, next week possibly it's gonna be me and Miggy. I'm gonna double check on the third guy, or rather the second Miggy, if he's actually confirmed to join.
The Will bot.
I will. The Will bot 3000. I'll definitely fill the void that will be adding in. I'll fill up the schedule. So we have a lot planned for Feb. The month of Red. Is that the way? Can I say that? The month of Red. El Valentine's.
Lucky month.
Yeah, it's really bloody month. I consider it bloody month.
God of War is red. PSP. I don't know what I'm saying.
You don't know what you're saying at all. But yeah, we have an episode every week. Comes out every Tuesday. If you guys guys haven't subscribed, do check us out on iTunes or Podomatic. You can subscribe there, get our latest episodes right off the bat once it goes live. We always have it usually around maybe Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. We'll get it right away. If you guys want to check out our previous episodes, I finally finished our archives, like all our previous episodes, all the way from episode 1 to now, can be found in the site officially. Like all of them are up there now.
Yay!
And we sound exactly the same as episode 1. Just different intro.
We don't. We sound less awkward.
Oh really? You see a change? I don't know. I can't really tell the difference.
I looked back on some.
Oh really?
But the lag is still there.
The lag, of course, that will never change.
Ever present is the lag.
Yeah,
He's the secret fourth member of the podcast.
That's the only consistency, PLDT. Well, yeah, the only consistency, or whatever. It's PLDT being horrible.
Inconsistently consistent.
There you go. That's the one I was looking for. But yeah, all of it's up there. Yeah, I did listen to like a couple of them, and yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. Episode 68. If you guys want to check out our complete coverage of the Game Jam, Our top 5 is there on our site, www.toomuchgaming.com. Our interviews, we've I think interviewed maybe how many do we have? Like 10 plus interviews.
11.
Oh, 11. Okay, 11.
If you, not 10 actually, but if you include the intro thing we did, we have
okay.
like 12 videos up.
Around 12 videos of the Manila Game Jam that we attended in Ateneo de Manila. For those developers that we weren't unable to interview, again, it wasn't intended. We really wanted to do all of you guys, but time was not was against us, so we pretty much was able to do just some of you guys. So we'll try to make a work around that. But if you guys want to play their games, the ones we haven't covered, again, the globalgamejam.org. All the games are there. Do check that out. If you guys want to check out our latest updates and news as well, social media is up, the usual, Facebook, like us, Too Much Gaming, Twitter, Too Much Gaming, and our YouTube, where all that coverage I was talking about the Manila Game Jam, the TMG blog. We have a full playlist up there, all ready for you guys to, put a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And I think that's it. Am I missing anything?
No, that's pretty much it.
I keep asking that because I just...
Tune in next week for the toy box.
The toy box.
I don't
Big
have...
toy box.
Will's Voltus 5 figure is going to be on the show.
Yep.
It's somehow going to fall into my hands.
We're gonna call Voltus 5 and then see how is it going.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And next week is gonna be episode 69. I just want to say that.
Oh god.
And we just might, and it's the episode before Valentine's. So it's gonna be me and Miggy alone.
Prepare your anus.
No, prepare your ain't.
I don't have any music that'll go with that. Give me
I'm
a
gonna close it
second.
here.
Give me a second.
You got
Fucking.
something? Okay, go.
Give me a second.
I'm gonna what? I don't know what else to say. We're supposed to end this episode already.
I'm almost there.
Okay. Episode 69.
Shit,
We'll have it next week. Please stay tuned. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Find it. I can't stall this long.
I can stall.
How are you, Will? That's what you're looking for?
Yeah.
What is this?
I'm getting hot and sexy now.
Alright, got it. Thanks, guys, for listening in. We will see you guys next week. Bye, Will. And
Oh, Will.
we'll see you guys next week.